What's good, YouTube? DG Whips are back again with another video. Today I'm really excited. I'm announcing, well, I already kind of announced it, but I'm just unveiling the rear mount turbo build I'm going to be doing on my automatic G35. Yes, automatic. If you don't like it, then you can click off, but if you do, you can go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. Like the video. I cannot wait. I've already ordered like most of the parts I need. Need a few other things like maybe some lines, some clamps, some mounts, stuff like that, but I do have most of the stuff on the way. I did go full custom with the kit. I pretty much ordered each part individually. I did not do a pre-made kit like Greddy or Rev 9 or anything like that. Everything I ordered individually. And for the exhaust part, I will have to do custom fabrication, but we are going to turbo the G35. It's about time. I am so excited. I can't even describe. I have some of the parts right now. I'm going to unbox them for you. I have the turbo and intercooler and stuff like that. I don't have everything yet. I'm still going to be expecting stuff over a week. I have my gauges coming in. I have stuff from Z1, eBay, Amazon, other sites, Twisted Motion, etc, etc. There's a lot of parts coming from everywhere. So, but yeah, I'm really excited. If you guys don't know already, I do have the new daily right here, and I bought this because once I start doing that, probably can't drive this every day anymore. So this is going to be my daily, and this is going to be the toy. This has been a reliable daily for the last like 3.5 years. I'm so happy. It has been nothing but good to me, besides maybe a few times, but I cannot wait to get this thing rolling. Let's go ahead and start unboxing some of the stuff I have right now. Okay, so as you can see, I was too excited to wait to unbox the turbo. This is a cheaper turbo, however, this has really good reviews, and a lot of people that run low boost run these because these can handle low boost pretty good. This is a max speed rod GT35, so not super big, but not super small either. This will do plenty good enough for what we're trying to do. So here's the turbo, here's the cold side, comes with the covers to protect it. This is oil and water cooled. I'm probably not gonna water cool it. I don't really feel like water cooling is totally necessary unless we're going big boost, then maybe that'll help, but you have to oil cool it, otherwise your turbo is just gonna blow up instantly and seize. This is a hot side. This is a T3 flange. It came with the gasket for it. I did order an adapter so I can put an adapter right here, then put the wastegate right here, so that'll just bolt right up. I will have to fabricate the exhaust portion because I'm doing a rear mount, which is no big deal. That shouldn't cost too much. I'm at most $500 for the fabrication of that. All our gaskets right here it came with, but this is all it came with. It didn't come with any of the fittings or anything like that, so I did have to order those individually. The fittings are just off eBay. They're just fittings. You don't need to go get the most expensive fittings possible. As long as they thread in, they're gonna work. Man, I'm super excited. Look at that. This is my turbo, bro. Oh my god. The shaft pretty much has no play, especially in and out, so we're good there. Turbo's good. Moving right along here, you can see I already opened this as well. This is my intercooler. I ran a super small intercooler because, again, I'm not building up a lot of boost. The problem a lot of people have when they have turbo lag is they have just too much air to fill before it goes in the engine. So you don't want to have a super big intercooler and super big piping if you're not running a crazy amount of boost, because then you have to fill this whole intercooler up, fill all your big piping and everything first before it goes into there. And that's just going to create more lag, and it's not necessary, especially because I'm doing rear mount. I don't need to do a super big intercooler anyway, because a lot of people actually won't run the intercooler because it gets cooled off from the wind passing through the underneath the car of the piping. So this is just going to make sure we're getting nice cold compressed air into the engine. This is a budget one as well. It's just an intercooler. Like, I don't think this is a thing you need to go super expensive on unless you just want the status name brand. Imusa, I think that's like an eBay brand, which it's not too bad either. I mean, welds could be a little better, but it's an intercooler. It's going to do its job. I don't see why I would have any issues with this. I'm going to have to mount it up, obviously. It did come with some brackets and bolts, but we can figure all that out later. Okay, so this one I have not opened yet. This is going to be our Z1 oil pan spacer. So this is our oil pan spacer. This is going to go between the upper and lower oil pan. And this is going to give us some more oil capacity, and it also comes with a spacer for the oil pickup tube. That way it can pick up oil at the bottom of the oil pan now that you extended it. Comes with everything you need, bolts and everything. This one I paid a little extra for because it comes with pre-threaded AN fittings, so I can actually thread stuff into here. So I can actually thread an oil drain back in here. I'm probably not going to do an oil feed from the pan because that's kind of trash, but definitely an oil drain would be really nice. So I'm probably going to do that. It also comes with the plugs, so you can run it until you have your fittings figured out and everything. I probably will install this sooner than later because this will actually improve our oil capacity, and it's just something to get out of the way. I am going to be running oil cooler and transmission cooler as well because I have an automatic transmission. The key to not blowing up an automatic transmission is to not get it too hot. So this is critical for running a rear mount setup. So the problem with the rear mount setup is the turbo is usually below the engine, and you have to get the oil all the way back to and from the engine. And a lot of times what happens is the oil pressure from your regular oil pump system, because you tapped into it, by the time it gets to the turbo and back, it's just not enough. It's going to back up oil into the turbo, and it's going to start blowing through the seals and getting oil everywhere and stuff. If you guys follow Tavares, he actually had this issue with his turbo Lambo. And so what you do is you connect this to your oil system that runs the turbo, and you usually run this after it drains out, and it will suck the oil out of the turbo and then force it back into the engine wherever you're doing your oil drain back. And that way it's basically an external oil pump. And if you don't run this, you probably will almost 100% have issues with having your oil drain back into the engine and everything like that. So this is critical. Don't skip out on this if you're doing a rear mount setup. So this is an Amazon pump. I read reviews, people were running this and they had no issues. Now there are some tricks to making this work properly. You need to like have a check valves and stuff like that. Make sure the oil doesn't come back through the pump for whatever reason, but also you have to run a pretty decently sized fuse because depending on the oil pressure and everything, this can take a little more power. This can draw different kind of powers at different times, so sometimes it might go to 25 amps or something, 30 amps, so you want to run like a 30 amp fuse at least. Otherwise you're going to be popping fuses and nothing will really be wrong. It's just this has a lot of power draw. If it starts getting resistance, it will just work a little harder, so keep that in mind. But yeah, super excited to get this started. Definitely within like the next week or two, I'll have pretty much everything I need to start. I'm gonna have to figure out a tuner, by the way. If anyone knows a really good solid tuner in the Las Vegas area, and I'm willing to travel a little bit to go see one, a tune is key, so I really need a good tuner. Comment down below what tuner you use and your experience with them. Just to name off some things, I ordered a TransGo kit as well. I ordered my boost and air fuel ratio gauge. I'm gonna order an oil pressure one soon. I didn't order it yet, but I ordered the gauge pod. I ordered a TransGo kit for the transmission to upgrade the valve bodies. That way we can shift faster. I'm still figuring out a wastegate. I'm going to probably go with twisted motion. I'm still trying to figure that out though. I'm just gonna get a generic blow off valve for now because most people don't have issues with those and it's just a blow off valve. So as long as it works, it works. If you're excited for the build, do not forget to subscribe and stay tuned. Also follow me on Instagram, DG Whip. Looking at all this stuff, dude, I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm about to finally boost this thing. I'm finally in a position to do this, and for a pretty decent price too. All the parts are going to cost me like a little under $2 grand. Now that's not including the tune and all the little small things here and there and the fabrication of the exhaust I need to do, but we're going to do most of the work ourselves, so that's going to save us a lot of money on labor and everything. But yeah, this thing is going to be fucking mint. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Comment down below if you're excited. If you're just as excited as I am, comment down below. I'm pumped, dude. I literally cannot wait. I've been working hard, and hard work is finally going to pay off soon. And I'm just excited to get this going. And honestly, if the engine blows, the engine blows. We can either swap it or just rebuild it with some strong internals and go crazy on the boost. So I'm not really gonna be all bummed out if I blow it. I understand that's just the reality of going forced induction. I don't plan on going super crazy power. I actually just want to do maybe 350, 380 max to the wheels. And the reason for that is if it doesn't blow, I do want it to last a little bit. I want to enjoy the car. Also, it's an auto tranny. I don't know if it's going to really handle the 400 very long. I might start slipping and all that. And I just want to show you guys you can do this pretty cheap and do it reliably as well. But other than that, guys, thank you guys again so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and like the video. I'd really appreciate it. But that's going to do it. I'll see you guys next time.